All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however you may be listening, however you may be tuning in. My name is Carlos Gonzales. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What we're doing here tonight is presenting the Kangen Water Project. And it's my great honor to share this with you fine folks. Give me a moment here. Met a couple people. Share now. All right, we'll try one more time. I'm gonna let my screen collapse here a minute. And we'll get started. All right, that's always helpful. All right, can everyone just give me a thumbs up that you can see my screen? Give me a little nod. There we go. There we go. How about someone unmute themselves real quick and just tell me that you can see my screen?
Okay, you're good, Carlos.
Sweet, thank you.
See it.
Awesome.
Yes, I see.
You're beautiful.
All right,
It's a go.
now I have to escape. There we go. Okay.
Me too, I can see it.
All right, you can hear some music and see a screen. Cool. I'll go ahead and stop the music. All right, guys, great. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can see that you are in a meeting and you can see my email address. This is how you can request a copy of this presentation. And I'll put this up again, but that's the best way. Unfortunately, the chat is not the best way to request a copy. So just keep that in mind. So I just want to remind everybody you're in a meeting, and personally, I would love to thank you for your time and participation. All right, so I always like to give live opportunities here. Even though this is being recorded, we constantly are doing live presentations. And if you are not doing live presentations in your local area, I suggest it. Our next live presentation here in Cache Valley, Utah will be March 11th. That's a Friday night. The next one will be March 12th. That's at 12 noon at Master Evans Martial Arts School. And then the next one will be a daytime Tuesday, March 15th at Love to Cook. That's a cooking and cooking class and accessory store where they sell all kinds of cooking appliances, including our amazing water devices. So here's the question I want to ask y'all before we start the presentation tonight. What if, as you are now, you were a finished product? You know, I think for me, you know, I'm always trying to grow and improve. And just imagine if where your health was now, your life was now, whether you're, 15 years old or you're 85 years old. I know we have some people as old as 86 on the call tonight. You know, what if you were a finished product? And, so the reason I like to start there is, this is designed for people that want to improve their life. That's who this is designed for. But my gosh, we have people from all walks of life and professions that truly want to improve their life, improve their health. And I think now more than ever. So the question I want to have you ask yourself, and this is great to ask your friends and family, is if a life-changing technology came along, would you be able to take action? So why Enagic? Why now? Well, number one, I think it's the service, the support, the infrastructure. I think that, these days it is so important to have a company that offers, whether you buy a machine in the United States and travel the world, we have offices all around the world that can take care of you. But also, the old systems are broken. And I think now more than ever, people are not trusting the medical system. They're not trusting maybe some of the advice they're getting from people. I think we're seeing a new world, and we want to position ourselves so that we can actually have more power and control of our lives. I think in many cases, what we do here at Enagic is help people take control of their lives. And whether that be physically, financially, or metaphysically, which I call spiritually. So, and I'll relate to that as we get more into the other part of the presentation. But again, it's a new world. Enagic's a global company. We'll be celebrating 50 years this year. We are an ISO certified medical manufacturer, and we manufacture medical grade water technology devices. Again, we have over 40 offices worldwide doing business in over 150 countries. This is the man behind it all, Mr. Hironario Shiro. He's the founder of Enagic. And, you know, he really has a vision and a culture for all of us to really get behind. I have learned more about culture and compassion by being associated with this technology and this company than I have in any other industry I've been involved in. And I've been in preventative health professionally for 22 years, guys. Been with Enagic now 11 years. So here's the disclaimer I need to make for everybody. You know, we're not here to treat or diagnose any diseases. If you have a health condition, please go see your healthcare professional. All right. A great video, though, if you're one that wants to learn more about the health benefits, and you're one, I'm going to admit some people here, and you'd want to learn more on how to reference electrolyzed reduced water, a great video you can find on YouTube. It's the latest Dr. Michael Explains the Water 2020 version. And I highly recommend that for you who want more information than we're giving tonight. So right now, I think the timing could not be better. I think now more than ever, people are looking for the spiritual health, which, you know, is associated with not only mental health, but physical health. And optimizing your physical health, mental health, and spiritual health really allows us to transcend a lot of the distortion that many of us don't agree with. It's out there these days. So the disassociation of water is what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about it as responsibly as possible, but just know that the water we're explaining tonight occurs in nature every time lightning strikes water. So the phenomena occurs about 1 billion times a day, because 1 billion times a day lightning strikes our planet. 75% of our planet is water. So roughly 700 to 800 million times a day, Mother Nature, God, our planet, whatever you believe, is zapping our planet. And it's one of the ways that Mother Nature or God repolarizes, can rebuild, replenish rivers, oceans, lakes that have been killed off due to the acidification of our planet. It's one of the ways that hydrogen is put back not only into the water, but into depleted fields and back into the soils of those depleted fields. So it's a really powerful thing that it's a powerful technology. And so this is a great quote by Dr. Wan. He talks about hexagonal water as the preferred choice of biological organisms. Well, what's a biological organism? Well, we are. I mean, almost everything is, but I'll just say for simplicity, you know, any human, animal, or plant. How does it work? Well, what Enagic's done is they've taken a technology that believe it or not, the Germans were using to create flying machines back in World War II. And it's the same technology we use today to put a rocket into space. But essentially what Enagic's done is they've taken these cells, and these are charged hydrogen fuel cells. They carry a positive and negative charge, and they put it into the size of a medium to large size coffee pot that can be installed on top of or under your counter. And what it does is it creates these electro properties. Now, these electro elements or properties have a health benefit for plants. It also creates anti-parasitic waters at all pHs, which are incredible for all sorts of different health benefits internally, topically, as well as for your home, as we'll get into. Great for different uses. Literally, this machine, as we're going to talk about next, will become your most used appliance. It'll create several waters that literally will have thousands of uses in your life. And so Kangen is a Japanese term that means return to origin. There's nothing artificial about the way our water is made. Again, it's mimicking nature in its perfect form. So this is our flagship model. It's the Kangen 8. It's our most powerful water device. Again, it is an appliance, and it makes 7 different types of water. It makes a strong 11.5 water, which is one of my favorite waters. It also makes a strong 2.5 water. Incidentally, the machine is always making 2 types of water. We'll get into that in a moment. Makes a beauty water. We'll get into that next. A clean water for things like baby formula, fish tanks. Also makes 3 types of drinking water. Why does it make 3 types of drinking water? Well, nobody is the same. Hey, we got Dr. Joshua Green logging on right now. That's cool. The beauty water, guys, we have women that buy this machine just for the beauty water. Pretty powerful stuff. Again, it's a mild antibacterial, it's antiparasitic, great for mild household cleaning, incredible for your hair, your skin, all your beauty waters, ladies, or I should say all of your toners, ladies, and maybe some of you men that you buy at Nordstrom's for maybe $20 to $200, depending on the brand. Those are all chemically made at a pH of 5.5 to 6. Our machine makes this electrically, which is not only much healthier for you, but much more effective. And I'll get into some of these waters. I'll just tell you that these waters are not a step down from many of your commercial chemical cleaners. Many times our waters, because they're made electrically, is a step up in terms of their potency and their effectiveness. One of the uses for the 11.5 water, besides doing your laundry holistically, cleaning the interior of your car, degreasing your kitchen, is it helps us to remove many of the poisons that are on our fruits and vegetables, even many of the organic ones. Most of these poisons are endocrine disruptors. They cause a host of infertility issues. There's lots of studies coming out about this, especially in pregnant women, because what do most pregnant women do when they're pregnant? They eat more fruits and vegetables. So again, this is a disruptive technology. It's also a technology that allows us to stay healthy in a toxic world. Now, I'm not a purist, guys. What's a purist? A purist just eats the roots and grass, right, in his backyard. But I do believe in the 80-20 rule. I believe that, if you can do 80% as to the best of your ability and limit 80% of the garbage out there, that your body and immune system can deal with the 20%. But if you are allowing in 80% garbage to your body, that means going cheap on your water. That means going cheap on your food, not taking care of what you're eating, watching on TV, those sort of things, or hopefully not watching TV at all. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard for the body to deal with the 80%. So the 80-20 rule is what we're here to talk about tonight. So the EPA keeps increasing the minimum standards of these poisons that you can consume. So by 2019, the EPA had increased the amount of herbicide, insecticide, and pesticide that you could consume on an annual basis up to about 60 ounces per year. I'm going to show you a brief illustration of these poisons. These are some of the organics that I've tested and washed using not only the 2.5 to ward off and even maybe foodborne illness, but also the 11.5 to clean off these poisons I'm about to show you. So this is a representation of approximately 90% of the conventional produce we've tested, including things like oatmeal, grains. You're going to see rice. So what I'm pouring right now is the 11.5 water. It's 100 times stronger than our strongest drinking water. What I'm doing right here is pouring the tap water into the tomatoes to your right and to the rice on your right. Now, when you mix tap water with rice, you're going to get starch, just like tap water and pasta will create starch. But the question I want everyone to ask themselves is what's coming off of the rice to the left. This is my rudimentary way of stirring them without poking them. But what's coming off the tomatoes to the left as well. So we're going to strain this rice here, and as expected, water and rice make starch. But the question everybody should probably be asking themselves on the call is what's coming off this rice? If this was live, and like I said, I recommend everybody see a live demonstration, you could put your fingers in there and feel the oil, the petroleum-based herbicide, insecticide, and pesticides that we just removed from the rice. So these are tap water tomatoes. And what you're going to see here to the left is something entirely different. And tasting is believing. You must taste the difference between these tomatoes. Enough said. Moving right along. When the machine's making the 11.5 water, it's also making the 2.5 water. Remember, I told you the machine's always making two types of water. We use this in our home for soaking all our meat. We use it in place of any disinfectant, and it's a powerful, powerful tool. We use it also topically for different types of naturopathic remedies around our house. And those can be obtained, more examples of those can be obtained we have some water protocols written by people a lot smarter than me that can help you maximize your machine and the benefits of many of these waters. So moving right along, again, the machine makes 3 different types of drinking water. Now, the scientific way to reference Kangen water is electrolyzed reduced water or ER water, H2 water. But again, this is not a one-size-fits-all program. So we have 3 different types of drinking water because nobody's the same. Some people, and we recommend most people start at the 8.5, and many people stay at the 8.5. But over time, most healthy people end up at the 9.5 because it's just been Enagic discovered over, again, 50 years of doing this, that the 9.5 pH has the right amount of these properties I'm going to share with you for a modern lifestyle. But that doesn't mean everybody has to drink the 9.5. We have many people that are in special populations, people over the age of 65, that get on the 8.5 and they find that's the perfect water for where they are right now in their health. Remember that lightning strike? When lightning strikes water, that phenomena literally helps to restructure the water. Anytime you introduce chemicals or overfilter water, it depletes the water structure. It actually steals electrons, and it makes it really hard for the water to hydrate biological organisms. So your vets will love it and your plants will love it. So what you're seeing here is a tea bag demonstration. Now, this is non-scientific, but it's my favorite demonstration because it's so visual. And what you saw there is I poured some tap water into the tea bag, and the tea leaf inside that bag represents a structured cell or a biological organism, meaning the tea leaf has a perfect cell structure, just like any human, animal, or other plant. Now what I did is I took Dasani, and you saw no tea. Now what I'm taking is Kangen water, and this is ice cold Kangen water at a 9.5 pH. And what you're seeing there is instant penetration to that tea leaf. I'm going to try it again with the Dasani. By the way, Dasani is the #1 sold bottled water in the world, responsible for 51% of Coca-Cola's profits. That's a clue. As we get into reverse osmosis water, now we'll go back to the Kangen water. Reverse osmosis water was never intended for human consumption. It was intended for cleaning up contaminated groundwater for agricultural use, not for consumption by humans. So big deal there. So you guys, that's powerful. That was the only thing I had to see about a decade ago. And I understood one thing about nutrition, because again, I've been in preventative health for a long time. It's not about nutrient consumption. It's about nutrient utilization. It's not about water consumption, guys. It's about consuming the right kind of water and the right utilization. So here's a great quote by Victor Rios. You will not do the research on water that he's done. He is a biological chemist at MIT, and he's got incredible studies and publications on water. But he says your body can only absorb about 15% of regular water, where your body can absorb up to 85 to 95% of electrolyzed reduced water. So electrolyzed reduced water is literally 6 times more hydrating than regular water. So if you guys are familiar with antioxidants, antioxidants are very powerful. What do they do? Well, if you've ever stood by a waterfall and felt the energy coming off that waterfall, that's an electron. If you've ever stood in your bare feet on a sandy beach and felt the waves crash into you and felt the energy that was created, not only throughout your body, but felt the energy coming off those waves, that's electrons. It's a powerful way of grounding yourself. And one of the benefits of that lightning strike with electrolyzed reduced water is it creates powerful, powerful electrons that have a health benefit within our bodies. You guys can contact me more in relationship to this chart and I can explain it more. But for tonight, we're going to move on and just let the demonstration do the work. You know, I always say what we do here is give clues. So what I'm about to share with you is a water's potential to oxidize or a water's potential to reduce oxidation. Now, what's oxidation? Oxidation is the rusting or the aging process. So we know green tea is an excellent antioxidant, but where do we usually put our green tea, right? In contaminated tap water or worse, acidic bottled water. Vitamin C, you know, we know the great research on vitamin C and its ability to help fight disease. You know, cod liver oil is a great antioxidant, one of the most powerful ones, but I think the fish we have access to today and the cod liver we have access to today is full of more contaminants than it is health benefits. With Kangen water, what's so interesting about it and what's so unique about it is it's electrically based. So what I have here is a meter, and this meter is literally going to be able to show whether these waters have a high potential to rust our bodies. I always call this water natural disaster survivor water. You know, that's like the Costco water. They go cheap on the bottle. I'm reminding you guys, don't go cheap on your water. It's a big component to your health. Again, Dasani, the #1 sold bottled water in the world. Monster, that's going to represent all your energy drinks. Hitman, Rockstar. We've got Propel, that's going to represent your Gatorades, Powerades, vitamin waters. Literally, these 5 or 6 beverages up here represent tens of thousands of beverages on the market. Sprite's going to represent all your sodas. By the way, the darker the soda, the worse it is. Pretty awesome. We have 64 participants tonight, guys. That's awesome. All right, so this meter, again, is just going to measure a water's potential to rust. And what we have here is we have soda, well over 500 millivolts. If this meter read 0, that means the water would have a very low potential to rust or no potential to rust. Now, if it goes negative, that means it has a potential to reduce oxidative stress. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, what do we have in this modern world? We have incredible stress levels. People are under the most incredible amounts of stress. What does exercise cause? It causes oxidation. What does breathing cause? It causes oxidation. So we want to have a type of water that's not adding to oxidative stress. We want to have a water and a lifestyle and a diet that is reducing. God, look at how oxidizing the Dasani is and the Hurricane Survivor water is. Let's go into the Kangen water. Man, -500. Guys, what's different about Kangen water than any of those great plant-based antioxidants that you may be eating, hopefully properly cleaned, right, with the 11.5 Kangen water, is it's electrically based. That means it requires no metabolic process to be utilized. The electrical component of molecular hydrogen, you can do the studies and look that up, is incredible as a health benefit, you know, as part of your wellness program. So I digress. Let's take a look at pH. So most people pay better attention to the pH of their hot tub or their aquarium than they do their bodies. Most of our health and healing occurs in an alkaline environment, where most of our sickness occurs in an acidic environment. If you just think about the way a baby smells, most of the time, they spent their first 9 months in their mother's perfect alkaline water, and they come out these perfect little alkaline babies. And now we think about the way maybe an old dog's breath or a urine smells. Now think about a puppy's breath, right? A puppy's breath, you'll let that puppy lick you all day long. The puppy, makes a mess on the carpet, no big deal. That's alkaline puppy, right? But that acidic dog, if he messes on the carpet, you got to throw the carpet away. So think about the way a nursery smells as alkaline in comparison to an old folks home or grandpa, how he smells. Yeah, I digress. So let's take a look at these beverages. So the question you just want to ask yourself is the beverage or my water of choice adding to the acidification of my body, or is it helping my body be healthier? So again, that's that going cheap on your water. Don't do that. Don't buy it at Costco. Don't buy Nestle. Don't buy the cheap water. Don't buy Dasani. I say Dasani is very expensive to drink. Not only are most people paying more per gallon for water than gas, well, maybe not in California, that's a joke, but yeah, people are, even in California, are paying more per gallon of what for water than they are gasoline. It's crazy. So here we go. We've got Propel. We've already gone through these beverages. Now, guys, this is an abbreviated pH chart. So normally it would be between 0 and 14. This one goes between 2.5 and 11.5. But I want you to know that it's logarithmic. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, I'll explain in a moment. But first, this is just pH tester. It's the same stuff you would use for your pool or your hot tub or your aquarium. And I'm going to put a few drops in each one of these beverages. And the color of these beverages are going to turn based off of the pH. Guys, this is not magic. This is math. And what's interesting about the pH scale, just like a seismograph for earthquakes, is it's logarithmic. So let's just talk a little bit about a 6.5 earthquake. That's pretty bad, right? But a 7.5 earthquake is 10 times a 6.5. An 8.5 earthquake, which we rarely get, that's 100 times a 6.5. Catastrophic on every level. Well, guess what? A pH chart is too. So when I go from 7 to 6, that's 10 times more acidic. 6 to 5 is 100. 5 to 4 is 1,000. The beverages, ladies and gentlemen, from the natural disaster survivor water to the Dasani are anywhere from 30,000 times all the way down to the soda that's nearly 50 to 80,000 times more acidic than our blood. It's a big deal. And, sometimes this is all people had to see. Powerful. So guys, it's important not to just label Kangen water alkaline water. There's lots of ways to make alkaline water. You can add a bunch of baking soda to soda pop and make it alkaline, but that doesn't mean, it's healthy for you. You can go to the grocery store and buy alkaline bottled water. Your water should never have ingredients, so consumer beware. Those alkaline waters are usually reverse osmosis waters with a bunch of antacids put into them to improve taste. Most of the time, those alkaline waters in the store have the same ingredients that a Tums or a Rolaids would have. So I always say consumer beware. The alkalinity of our water is just one of the 6 elements of Kangen water. I was not able to show you tonight the hydrogen density of our water. Remember that lightning strike? I was not able to show you the dissolved hydrogen that's contained within electrolyzed reduced water. And I was not able to show you the dissolved oxygen. By the way, these are all the building blocks of life. What I showed you tonight was the powerful alkalinity. Those are the minerals, the balanced mineral profile of Kangen water. I was able to show you the microclustering, of Kangen water. That tea bag demonstration is a great non-scientific illustration. I was also able to show you the powerful antioxidant potential of Kangen water. Remember that meter, that negative number? That's powerful. Remember all those other waters were positive? Not so powerful. So switching gears just a little bit, I have to let everybody on the call be aware of the most powerful herb we've ever discovered. The herb's called turmeric, and Enagic has gained the rights to many of the organic farms on the island of Okinawa, and now owns the rights and patents not only to the production, but we control every aspect of this incredible whole food nutraceutical. So not Ukon, but turmeric as a general is an incredible, if you just want to look up turmeric, the health benefits are far reaching. What makes ours so special is we blend the spring and the autumn. It's pretty hard. Like if you go to Costco or a supplement store, you're never going to find the autumn turmeric. It's what contains the high amounts of curcumin. That's the anti-inflammatory properties within turmeric. It also contains a very high concentration of the oil, the organic essential turmeric oil. But what Enagic does is they take a balance of the spring and the autumn to create a very powerful nutraceutical that not only has all these other natural benefits contained within it, but it's also encapsulated in a patented Kangen gel cap. And the way that it's packaged, it prevents oxidation. So literally it's like taking the turmeric in a really bioavailable form along with some essential B vitamins and E vitamins and C vitamins and delivering it to you. So it's a powerful synergistic agent when put with the electrolyzed reduced Kangen water. This is a great quote by Linus Pauling. Remember all his studies with vitamin C and the benefits. But you know, it's great. He mentions in here the fact that studies show that when your bodies have too much acid, the whole body starts to break down. And so we just want to start to build more awareness about reducing acids in our body, increasing living an alkaline lifestyle. These are just some of the minerals found within our organic turmeric Ukon and our tea for that matter. You know, I'm drinking the tea right now as we speak, and it is a great way before bed to get a little boost of the benefits of turmeric. If you're a distributor, you know, the turmeric also has many tax benefits. So in many cases, you can deduct your turmeric. This is an example of our Enespa shower system. It will enhance almost every area of your life. It's one of my favorite products that we sell. We talk about being healthy from the inside out and the outside in. Many of you are unaware of the amount of chemicals you absorb when you bathe and shower. So this is our final visual demonstration, but what I'm pouring in here is tap water. And what I'm going to pour here is the strong 2.5 water. This is just to show you the powerful antibacterial properties of the 2.5. So this is antibacterial tester. And I'm going to put it in the cup to your right and the cup to your left. Look at how dark the 2.5 is. That's like darker than straight bleach. But what I'm going to do is stick my hand in this cup. Remember, this was the other tap water cup. Now your skin's a asthmatic membrane. So anything that touches your skin eventually goes into your bloodstream, and then your lymphatic system's got to take care of the poisons. So right there, what you're seeing is my hand, believe it or not, filtering the water. I'm going to take this antibacterial tester. I'm putting some drops in there. Here, I'm going to add a few more drops. And you can see that my body absorbed like 80–90% of the chlorine present. I'm going to stir up the 2.5, and then there's the amount of chlorine that's in the tap water. Now, the reason why there's so much chlorine in the tap water is because it's federally regulated so that no waterborne illness can live in it. But what's happening right there is within just a few tomatoes, just like my body did, just like my skin did, the tomatoes absorbed the chlorine in the water. Here, let's add one more just to make it perfectly pure. So the question you want to ask yourself is, are you taking a healthy shower or are you taking a chemical bath every day? I like to take a healthy shower. This will be the best new decision you have ever made. Again, this is a powerful antioxidizer machine. It's a powerful appliance for your home, and it will enhance every aspect of your modern lifestyle. These are our flagship products. I like to call this the trifecta of health. And most of these products can be obtained using financing, or institutional money. I often say documentation beats conversation. You can go to my website, delicateliving.com, or you can go to our corporate website, enagic.com, and all of these certifying documentation and recognitions and certificates are there. Believe it or not, Kangen water, the name is trademarked and patented. That's a clue. Another great quote by Dr. Wan, aging many times is associated with a loss of hexagonal water from organs, tissues, and cells, and an overall decrease in total body water. Guys, most people are walking around unintentionally chronically dehydrated because the water they're currently drinking is, not the right water for optimal health, as we saw in the demonstration, or they're not consuming enough of it to even get the job done on any level, which causes unintentional chronic acidosis, right? And so that acidosis leads to greater levels of oxidative stress inside the body, which causes the body to break down, as we discussed, and leads to a host of, I call it aging crises. We should be able to age gracefully. And, I'm 48 years young. My health at 28 years old, I had, I would call it, depression, some mental health issues. By 38 years old, I had some injuries that wouldn't heal, and definitely had some spiritual health issues. I'm 48 years old now, and I've been, involved with Enagic in this water for a decade. And I can tell you, I don't have any more of those problems. How do I have better health at 48 years old than I had at 28 years old or 38 years old? I can't tell you, other than there's some clues that maybe you saw here tonight that would lead you to your own conclusion. So we're going to switch gears here tonight. If you're not interested in any tax benefit or our referral program, if you're not interested in sharing this with anyone, you can definitely log off and go about your evening. But if you'd like to learn about our referral program and how potentially you could get your machine, the cost of it recouped to you, and like to learn a little bit about the tax benefit of our technology, then hang on. We're just going to spend another 10 minutes on that. So the question I want everyone to ask themselves, are you allergic to money? And I always let people know, this may not be for you. Like, this could be for your children or your uncle, or what about supplemental income or retirement income? Or, in many cases, direct sales companies or network marketing companies, in many cases, you can will those, to your children. So, when you find something that's worthwhile, that's made a difference in your life, I think, when you can muddle that with a purpose, like I have, like many of you on the call have, if you're new, we're going to talk a little bit about money and what's going on in our world, but it's not the root of all evil. This is a great quote. When you can successfully control something like the subject of money that affects almost every area of our life, you will have accomplished something rather significant. And, I can tell you, I used to have financial cancers always in my life, and I haven't had to worry about money or set an alarm clock since 2013. And I'm very proud of that. Well, set an alarm clock to catch an airplane. That's the only reason I have to set an alarm clock. So I have to make a disclaimer here, guys. Results may vary. This is a real business with real product sales. This requires good coaching, accountability, and in many cases, this requires work. But if you're willing to maybe listen to a few of us and watch this documentary, you might be able to get some results. This is a 2-minute trailer of the most misunderstood industry in the world.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being this secure place to work the rest of your life. For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off. We've been laid off. We've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you,
You may have to cut you. There's something wrong. That on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%. Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and then I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced, unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe I don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans, industrial age is over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.
Yeah. So more jobs will be eliminated due to artificial intelligence, computers, all these new, right? All these new technologies we're seeing over the next 5 years than at any other time in recorded history, guys. This whole thing hasn't even started yet, what we're seeing with our economy. That was a documentary released in 2010, I believe, after the 2008 debacle. And just imagine 10 years later. Now, in 2010, I went bankrupt because of bad investments through 2008, like many of you. I was not prepared for the housing crisis. This crisis that we're facing now, may it be far more sinister, I don't know, but I'll tell you, this time I was prepared. So, the next time something like this happens, I just encourage everybody on the call to be better prepared, mentally, physically, and financially. So, we're going to talk a little bit about this program and the mission behind Enagic, the 3 healths. We talked about physical health tonight. We're going to talk, we talked a lot about spiritual health. We're going to talk about financial health, because I believe you need all 3 to truly be healthy. So, water, there's no selling, there's a need for it in the marketplace. Health and wellness industry is massive, trillions spent pursuing it. Think about all the cosmetic surgeries or elective surgeries people do. It's unavoidable and of increasing concern. They're saying these days, you want to be specialized. If you're going to own a business or be involved in something, you want to be specialized. Well, we are specialized in water. That's what we do. And you can make a really good, career out of this thing. So you want to be in the right industry. This is not Enagic, but this is the network marketing industry. In total, for 2022, it'll reach over 300 billion in revenue. That's about $300 million a day paid to ordinary people around the world in different companies. With Enagic, now, all direct sales or network marketing companies have something called a compensation plan. Enagic's is patented. So, many will try to duplicate and imitate, just like our machines, right? But nobody will duplicate and our machine or imitate it, and nobody will duplicate or imitate our pay plan because of the patents around it. So just so this helps you guys explain to people and for you to better understand that in traditional marketing, we have something called FAT. And it includes everything from manufacturers reps to wholesalers, jobbers, retailers, and sales reps. With Enagic, what we've done is we've taken, if our machines, guys, let me back up, were brought to market the traditional way, the K8 would be between $15,000 and $20,000. Brought to market, and we're going to get into the price of our machine here in a moment. Brought to market, we're doing it for a fraction of that price because we're able to offer roughly, you ask any, that's why we'll never have any competition besides the infrastructure and what Mr. Oshiro's done. We're the quality of our machine, it would cost about $20,000 to duplicate it. With Enagic, we're an original equipment manufacturer. So the highest quality, the highest standard at a fraction of the price, because as the independent distributor, you are responsible for the advertising, the marketing, and the awareness. You're handling all that fat, and you get paid very well by Enagic for doing a good job, being a professional, and taking good care of the consumer, which is one of the things I take great pride in. So just know that all companies, they pay between 50 and 70% of the cost of the product goes to marketing. Again, we are the marketing arm of the company, and roughly 50 to 70% of the cost of the Enagic machines goes directly to us, the distributor force. It's incredible. Now, I'll tell you, this is a real business. I'll repeat this, and it does require you to gain skill sets. But if I was doing any business, I would need to learn a skill set. It wouldn't matter if it was a trade, if I was going to, whether I was going to medical school or I was going to school to be a dental hygienist, I would have to learn skills. Electrician, they go to become an apprentice. So you want to take this seriously, but if you take this 8-point system seriously, it will treat you very well. So for this illustration, we're going to use the Kangen 8. It's the machine that I sell the most of. It retails for $4,980. And every time a K8 is sold, 8 checks are cut. Now, we have a variety of other machines that have a different commission structure. Like our commercial unit pays out $400 per point. So when an SD501 Super is sold, which is used more for restaurants, things of that nature, there are 8 checks for 400 cut. But likewise, when our shower system, our Enespa DX is sold, there are 8 checks for 185 cut, or our SD501, which is a very popular water generator, one of our water machines, when it's sold, 8 checks of 285 are cut. Now it pays from the bottom up, and there are 7 ranks to the top initial rank. The first initial top rank is 6A, and we're going to take you there right now. So I always like to use my illustration. Let me go back 1 or 2. My illustration for this point, because it's simple and it allows you to understand. Now, again, there are 7 ranks to the top 6A. Your first rank is 1A. So I'll just use me as an example. Just imagine that you are me, and I am you at the top of the screen. I sold my first machine to a gentleman named Bill. He immediately, in the first 45 days, went out and sold to his friends and family, his warm market, 12 SD501s that paid me 12 times 285 in my first 45 days. Now that was great. My next direct sale was to a nurse named Brittany. She bought a platinum, SD501 platinum, and that paid me $285. So I had 13 sales within my first 2 1A lines. Now, the company allows you to jump rank. So rather than my next direct sale being a 2A, I got to open my 3A line at number 14. Remember, 12 plus 1 is 13. So my 3A line, normally you would need 10 direct or 10 group sales. I already had 13. So the company let me jump rank. So I have no 2A business sales or business centers in my business. My next direct sale was to a gentleman, and thank goodness, because that gentleman has sold or marketed between him and his organization about 10,000 units worldwide over the last 10 years. That was my 14th sale. So guys, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And the company rewards you for not only individual, but group production. So I had a direct sale at 1, I had a direct sale at 2, I had a direct sale at 14. Okay, so that was my 3A sale. I had a direct sale at 24, which paid me $11.40 on an SD 501. We didn't have K8s back then. And then I had a direct sale at 56. Guys, this is when I knew the program was real. So 56, I was a 5A. That was only, right? Direct sale at 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my 5th direct sale. That family, I was invited into their home and I did a presentation, and they, between the guests and the family, bought 3 SD 501 Platinums that paid me $1,425 per sale. So $1,425 times 3 is roughly $4,300. When I got those checks, about 20 days later from Enagic that totaled over $4,300, that's when I understood the power of this pay plan. I made $4,300 that day. So guys, results may vary, but I want you to know what you're sitting on. You're sitting on a powerful, powerful program. Incredible money as a 2A. Imagine you're just a 2A. You sell a K8, you get $680, and then that person goes out and sells 10 K8s. You get 10 checks for $680 because the program pays you. See those dashes? It pays you 8 points or 8 levels. Now it's not a money tree, so you can see on that 2A line, after 7 points, it pays you $340 because the money or the totals run out. So the compensation plan pays you 7 levels or 7 points, whichever comes quicker. But again, I had a direct sale at 1, 2, 14, 24, 56 as a 5A. That was 3 sales. And then I had another direct sale at 101, which qualified me for 6A. Now, when you reach 6A, a few things happen. The first thing that happens is you can override 6A business centers anywhere in the world we're open like we're doing. But the company also pays you between $200 or $50 in educational bonuses. Remember, it's not a money tree. So the average right now, I think, person that makes it to 6A has roughly somewhere around 18 to 20 direct sales. I had 5. Because remember that hot shot that signed up at 3A, he was driving my business all the way to 6A. However, not only by the time you go 6A do you have any of these business centers open, but you can open up and override a very powerful product with a powerful pay plan. Again, everywhere in the world we're open. So in addition to what I showed you, I only showed you 3 ways we got paid. I showed you direct sales. I showed you indirect sales, and I showed you educational allowance once you're a 6A. The company also pays you monthly production bonuses when you reach certain ranks, quarterly production bonuses when you reach certain ranks, 8-point bonuses. There's all kinds of other like sales pools and contests. I think we have like 2 or 3 contests going on right now. I don't even keep track of them all. Monthly title incentives, I'm going to show you those. You see, the reason why I talk about the career path here with Enagic is, I was looking for a career path. I just didn't tell anybody, and luckily the guy took time to show me the career path here with Enagic. But these are what we call title incentives. It's not guaranteed money. There's certain things you have to do in terms of ethics and being a loyal member to Enagic, but the company pays you not only for rank advancements when you go 6A, but I will tell you that I have received, on the left-hand side, I have received the 6A title award more than once. I have received the 6A2 title award more than twice. I've received the 6822 title incentive more than twice, and I've received the 6823 title incentive at least once. And really soon I'll be receiving that again. It's incredible. And these are, ways for you to pay off debt, pay taxes, whatever you need to do to get ahead. In addition to that, the company pays you different monthly awards and monthly incentives, as well as profit sharing. That's real profit sharing that you don't have to wait to retire to enjoy. They pay you that on a monthly and a quarterly basis. And those are in conjunction with all the other high-ranking Enagic distributors. So the company allows you to profit share within everyone's business, which creates great unity. Enagic provides high social value amongst the masses. People admire people that can go to work when they want to go to work, maybe, attend all their kids' functions, work from home, maybe work after the kids go to bed, or maybe go to work like I do after my lady goes to work, right? I go to work when after she, so we can enjoy our morning and do our meditations, and, I can go to the gym, and, the lifestyle is very attractive, guys. And now more than ever, people are looking for a home. And so if you're looking for a home at Enagic, we're going to help you build powerful social circles. We want to help you create your own personal economy and help you bring new, exciting people into your life. This is great. I'm in the middle of my 11th year. I believe we have 70 years of memories in the making here at Enagic. And, the timing couldn't be better right now. We hit 1% market penetration, I heard, in California. We're not even close to that around the rest of the world. So things are happening out there. We recommend all 3 products. In many cases, this can be purchased using institutional money. And in many cases, there is a tax benefit for our machines. So they can be installed a variety of ways. We have the under-the-counter custom installation here with the SD501U. We also have our shower system. Again, on approval of credit, these payments can get quite low, but we always recommend that you see your financial advisor and your current banker to discuss the best way for you to finance if you're choosing to. We take all forms of payment, of course. We do recommend pre-filters and custom installation kits for all our machines. Install these machines properly. No municipality or water district's the same. So, pre-filtering your machine, making sure that you install it with custom installation kits allows it to be aesthetically pleasing. It allows you to maximize your investment. There's lots of opportunities on the commercial side. This was a big indoor commercial, I believe, cannabis operation. You can see there's 3 or 4 SD501 supers put in line, used for filling those giant 300 to 500 gallon reservoirs with the different types of water. If you're on a price point sensitive, our all new Junior 4, or one of my colleagues calls the Kangen 4, is a great machine. The Kangen 8 is our best machine. It's what we sell the most of. This is a global machine. It has a universal power transformer in it, so it can plug into any outlet in the world. Again, all our machines that we offer make 7 different types of water. I always say documentation beats conversation. Check out our websites, go to enagic.com, check with the person that invited you to this meeting, go to their website, find out what's going on. The question you want to ask yourself, though, are you paying for water? The question is, how long are you going to pay good money for unhealthy water? Why not pay less for the best? So if you just look at the 15-year average, Kangen water is incredibly affordable. And this one new decision, the first best new decision you're going to make of 2022, this is just an average savings. What you're seeing there at the $150 is that would be on a 36-month payment plan, $150 a month. Oh, I'm sorry, a 24-month payment plan. At $150 a month, your positive cash flow for your house, because one of these machines replaces all this nonsense. We've won the IEU, which is the Environmental Grand Prize for Outstanding Sustainable Technology. You can feel good about partnering with Enagic. We want to help everybody reduce their eco footprint, be green, rethink, reduce, and renew. And the average person is putting about 3,000 to 5,000 consumable bottles into our environment every year. So by partnering with Enagic, investing in this technology, you can again reduce your eco footprint, reduce the plastics. And what are you afraid of? I mean, better health, more fun, better friends, better hair, better smile, better luck. I'll tell you, you start drinking this water, I don't know. I see a lot of people get luckier. So this is our mission from Enagic to spread true health globally with compassion, one family at a time. We talk about the 3 healths: physical health, financial health, and of course, spiritual health. That's what that E stands for. So now here we are. This is what we do, and so I always say, it's important to know where you come from. So these are my bloodlines. This is my pedigree. JV Pacifico, about 95% of all Enagic distributors are under JV. And, this is our supporting cast and crew. We are here to help you. And, we could do together what we could never do alone. I want to thank you all for your time. And the time to take action is now. So if you're new, you're just a 1, a 2, or a 3. Nobody's gonna, close you tonight over the internet. Nobody's gonna send you home with a toaster or a timeshare. But if you're a 1, thank you. I don't drink water. I don't like you, Carlos, and I don't know anybody who drinks water. If you're a 1, that's fine. We'll be here for you, when the soda quits working. If you're a 2, you like the information, but we'll let you try the water for a few days. For me, I only had to drink the water for 3 days. I knew it was special. But I usually like 7 to 8 days, letting people try the water, and then they can take a few days off and then maybe try it again for 2 or 3 days, take a few days off. And if they want to try it again for another week, that's fine. But that's usually overkill. Usually people only need to drink this water, for about 3 days with not drinking anything else. And they know there's something different, and then get off the water and realize the benefits. But I was a 3. So if you invited people to this meeting, just ask them, are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? And then there's no awkwardness, right? So I'm a 3. I was a 3, but I was like, okay, I liked it. I want to get everything you got. But here's what I said to the guy. I go, but I need to borrow some money first, because I was dead broke when I got introduced to this. But I still found the money within 30 days, man. So I believe that people pay for what's important to them in their life. I believe people spend money on what's important to them. So, if health's important to you, get with the person that invited you. We can find some creative ways to help you get into your own unit. Remember, the water is significantly stronger directly from your own machine. We can talk to you about pre-filtration and also custom installation, not a problem. Here's how you request a copy of this: delicateliving1@gmail.com, or you can call me or text me directly, find me on Facebook, whatever you like. So thank you for your time and participation tonight. We're going to go ahead and stop recording and open it up for questions and answers. We still got plenty of you hanging on, so thank you. All right, I'm gonna stop my share. Cool, guys. Well, that was another Kangen water demo.
Hey, Carlos Seha here. Hey, everybody. Aloha, everybody.
Hi, Siha.
Hi.